again. My name's Gabe Zollner. This is the 17th of February 2018. One of my viewers sent me a rather interesting article on National Review. You really want to take a look at this. This was written by Andrew McCarthy, posted on February the 15th, 2018. The title: What did Comey tell President Trump about this Steele dossier? The Rice email outlines Obama's strategy to withhold key details of the Russian investigation. On her way out of the White House door and out of her job as National Security Advisor, Susan Rice writes an email to self, except it's not really an email to self. It is quite consciously an email for the record. Her term having ended 15 minutes before, Rice was technically back in private life, where private people have private email accounts, even notepads if they want to scratch out a reminder the old-fashioned way. Yet for at least a few more minutes, Rice still had access to her government email account. She could still generate an official record. That's what she wanted her brief email to be. The dispositive memorialization of a meeting she was worried about. A meeting that had happened over 2 weeks earlier, at which, of course, President Obama insisted that everything be done, quote, by the book, end of quote. Funny though, the quote, by the book, end of quote, thing about contemporaneous memos is that they are, well, contemporaneous. Made at or immediately after the event they undertake to memorialize. They're written while things are fresh, as they will ever be in one's mind, before subsequent events motivate the writer to spin a decision rather than faithfully record it. An email written on January 21st to record decisions made on January 5th is not written to memorialize what was decided. It is written to revise the memory of what was decided in order to rationalize what was then done. The Trump-Russia investigation of January 5th. January 5th was the day President Obama was presented with the ballyhoo report he had ordered to be rushed to completion by multiple intelligence agencies before his administration ended. Assessing Russian activities and intentions in recent U.S. elections, the briefing that day was conducted by 4 intelligence community leaders: James Comey, Michael Rogers, John Brennan, and James Clapper, directors respectively of the FBI, NSA, CIA, and offices of the Director of National Intelligence. Doesn't that tell you as to the culpability and the criminality of the FBI, the NSA, the CIA, and the offices of the Director of National Intelligence? That sure as hell what it tells me. Also on hand at the January 5th White House briefing were Vice President Joe Biden and Acting Attorney General Sally Yates. According to Rice, immediately after their briefing, President Obama had his 2 top law enforcement officials, Yates and Comey, linger for a brief follow-on conversation with the administration's political leadership, Obama, Biden, and Rice. Folks, you want to read the rest of the article, and there's embedded videos. There's actually a couple that I think you're going to find to be most interesting. There's no question Obama ran a criminal organization, but he's no different than his predecessor. You know, the guy that took down the Twin Towers. It's absolutely, completely, and totally disgusting that all of these criminals are allowed to walk around free, collecting their lucrative pensions. They need to be incarcerated. They need to be tried for their crimes against the American people and dealt with accordingly. President Trump, with the stroke of a pen, can unmask Barack Hussein Obama and prove that he was never eligible to hold office. What the hell is he waiting for? Read the rest of the article. Let me know what you think. You sure as heck know what I think, don't you?